Don't touch me. I don't know why you were sitting next to me.
Going?
Yep, we're recording.
Hey guys, it's Cash, and it's the season of love. You don't have to put the red on, and I had to bring my girls out because today it's a Galentine's type of vibe. Okay, we're gonna be here today talking about a little bit of pleasure, a little curiosity, a little bit of confidence, because we can't talk pleasure and curiosity without talking confidence. And so to do that, I had to go over to the Navy. I had to bring my girls outside so I could find out if they outside. All right. Welcome to the Business of Pleasure podcast. I'm your girl, Cash, your sexologist bestie. Let's get this shit started. Let me go and do some introductions over here. Okay, starting directly from my left to my right, I got my girl Yo-Yo. Say hey.
Hey.
I got my girl MJ. Hi. And I got my girl Ty. And we's about to have a time. I must get all in their business. However, I want to set the precedence. Mm-hmm. If at any given point I ask you a question that feels a little bit too, whatever the case is, just literally say pass. Right? Okay. Most of the time I pick up on a little bit of body language, but I got to make sure y'all feel good. Because sometimes we talk about stuff and stuff could come up. But if you want to go there, we can go there because it's a safe place.
Love it.
This is not Planet Fitness. When we say no judgment zone, we actually mean it. No shade at them. It's just the members. Y'all be in there. Just y'all literally look like y'all get memberships sometimes just to look at people while they're in the gym. Anyway, so I want to kick off real quick just because it's important for me to know where you identify on certain things in your life so that I can kind of move us through. The first question is, right now, as far as your sexuality is concerned, how do you identify? I personally am demisexual. And for those who do not know, what that means is, you know, because you hear bisexual, you hear pansexual, so many things. Demisexual explicitly means that I could tag along both sides, but I need you to connect with me. If I can't establish a connection, if I don't feel like there's a vibe, I don't like your energy, I don't care how cute you are, how fat that ass is, or how big that, I mean, daddy, you know you got the, like, I do care about how big that is. I'm like, I don't even want to lie on the, you know, I don't be BSing on the podcast. I do care about how big that is. But I really need to vibe with a person and like that energy. And if the energy is right and the attraction is there, then something can happen.
Of course.
Possibly. So I want to know from y'all, what's your identity?
I identify, I'm heterosexual, but women are fine. I love who loves me. That's how I identify. But I'm a heterosexual woman trying to make it day by day.
In the streets. She just got so tired when she said, like, I'm just trying to...
Mood.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that because I know I may not be single right now, but we didn't get here without having to go through a little bit of the struggle. So I definitely want to talk about that. But I could relate. Okay, heterosexual, but you can acknowledge the beauty in a woman.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We are fine.
We are.
Black women are.
Hello. First
amazing.
of all, can we just real quick? Hello.
Just take a look.
Fine.
She got us all giggling and blushing, child.
Yeah, that ain't the only reason you giggling, but we'll talk about that later.
We just got started, ma'am.
I like to get it going. Clearly. You know me. Y'all acting like y'all don't know that we...
My goodness.
All right, so tell me, MJ.
So I just recently heard of this term. First of all, she stole my answer. Stole my answer.
Okay.
Through and through.
Y'all friends.
Hetero flexible. I don't know if this is a real term or not, but it's cute and I think it fits me because same women are beautiful. I love a man. I love
so every now and again you could bend.
But something about that one woman that will walk by at the right time.
And you be like,
sis.
Have you rethinking some things? No better than a man. That's what we say in the chat, right? We be like, I ain't no better.
I actually said something to my friend one time. It was like a couple. It was a man and a woman. They were walking by me and my friend. It's a guy. And I looked at both of them, and I thought both of them were just fine. And I looked at my boy, and I was just like, yo, do you see them? My friend immediately looked at the girl and was like, yeah. And I was like, damn, I feel bad for you because you don't see the beauty in both of this, like both of them. Sign me up. So that's
I know when the first time my eye twinkled, I was like,
yeah, it sneaks up on
and
you.
I want to talk about that too because it's different. It's a different connection with genders, and it doesn't even have to be sexual. You know, especially if you're a sapio. Now, talk to me now. Talk to me, Ty. She looking a little flexible right now, but she look. Where do you find yourself?
I consider myself heterosexual. But,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I could go as far as saying hetero flexible, but I will say that
Hetero curious.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, I'm like spaghetti. That's what I say. I'm like spaghetti. Like straight till I'm wet.
And see you wet. I'm a drink to that. That was a word.
Yeah, always gonna come through with a bar all the time. She always gonna come through with a bar.
Can you loosen me like a noodle? Put some sauce in it, mix it, throw a little meat inside,
Y'all
make a meal.
Y'all nasty.
Stolen. I want you to know, stolen. I will give you credit, but stolen. Okay, so since we all, because I feel like none of us completely identify as both sides. Like I've always known personally that I never wanted a relationship with a woman, right? Like when I saw my long term, I'm like, I want to marry a man, but I want to marry a man that I might be able to still, splash in the pond every now and again when I want to. And so that wasn't something I feel like I completely knew early on. I want to say my first time, teenage years, is when I kind of started, like my eyes started looking like, okay. And it was more so because like certain female companions of mine, I realized like our connection was so deep, and I didn't at that time have a man that I had connections that deep with. Like I've had guys like, I love him, I this and that. But the depth of talks that I would have with some of my female friends, I just felt so comfortable. And so I'm like, you know how it could be, just like a little game night, a little sip. You know what I'm saying? Never have I ever, which we're going to talk about today. And then before you know, yes, you have. You've done it, And I feel like that's what my first experience with a woman was like. Like, and then I liked the difference. I felt like it was like a whole nother type of vibe. We were, she just felt soft. And, I like the ruggedness on a man, but I definitely like the soft on a woman. Yeah. So that was the way it made me say, like, I'm not going to close myself off. And then as time has progressed, things have occurred.
For me, I feel like it was different. It's different because it's not a sexual thing per se, but of course, I love men, and a man telling me, "Oh, you look good today," or "You're beautiful," or whatever the case may be, feels good. But when a woman tells me I'm beautiful, or "You look good today, sis," or the smile on my face, the change in my walk and my tone, it's different.
It's different.
So it's like, oh wow, the confidence that you just gave me, sis, by telling me that. So my relationship with women goes deeper than that. Like I'm always telling my friends, yes, men, whatever. But my love story is with women, and has always been that way.
You've always said that.
My love story is with women. They bring me up. They build me up. Especially a woman of color, a black woman saying baby. I've heard someone tell me, when you call me baby, just a person in the street, like that felt so good and so warming. So my relationship with women is like so
contingent on that.
Deep. Like I love it.
I could relate to that because I will say also, not only do I feel like a lot of women believe the compliment more from another woman, but I feel like there's something about someone who can relate to some bit of your experience. It's almost like you ever random woman, stranger, could be a random woman, and in a certain moment something's happened and y'all have this like we understand each other kind of energy.
Just a look.
And it's like, I could just look at you and I could be like, you ain't even gotta say nothing, girl. Like we talk, but we ain't said like.
And it comes in different forms though, because it could be a girl, I saw it. Or,
I
saw it. It could be excitement. It could be
like
a cosign.
Or it could be
it's like when you see a fine man and we all on the same page. Everybody goes
different vibes. Yeah.
You know what somebody said? They was like, we got to reclassify BBL as black body language too, because that's the thing. If you are a person of color, I will say, there is a certain like a certain tilt to the head, a certain look of the eye, and then we look at the eye.
Always.
And we go, we all just understood. So
Always.
I definitely feel like the relatability. And then especially if I get to know that woman and I understand where we have experiences that are overlapping or identical, like we went through a similar thing, then it's just like very different. But with men, and it's also different, the energy that brings out of me.
Correct.
I learned a lot about that later. I was like, damn, they just make me so dominant. But we'll talk. We're going to stay mild right now for a second. Okay. And then so for you, Ty, what do you feel like, aside from when they wet you, that makes you bend, but for you to be open to a woman in that way, what types of vibes do you need, like, or for that person?
Okay, so I'm trying to think the best way to answer this. Not sound
She
bad.
took a
Just
deep
answer.
sigh,
Just
child.
answer, baby.
The sigh was a lot of an answer in
Whatever's
its
in the
own, girl.
My vibes are really about me. Some in certain situations is really, I'm just gonna do this. I'm not really thinking about you, your personality, or who you are as a person.
It's what you want in
Right,
that moment.
the opportunity is there, and so I take it. That's it.
Sounds very
It
dominant.
sounds very dominant. It definitely, it's kind of like in that moment you decided it's what you wanted, and if they're with it, you gonna take it.
Pretty much every situation that's happened that involved a female, that's how it went. It was like, okay, this is right here, and it's usually the female approaches me. That's what happens, and then I'm just like, all right,
Okay.
you gonna do it.
Okay. All right. So I got this question, right? Because as I'm talking about this with you guys, obviously, like, as we're going through stuff, it starts to shape what that identity looks like for you or whatever the case is. But I do feel, and I wonder if you guys can relate, that there was a certain point where, my conditioning, like what I was told my sexuality should look like versus what I realized I wanted it to look like, was like a certain point where shit just changed. But it wasn't like a snap of the finger and then suddenly I went straight from this to that. It was kind of like the ease and the ease and the ease in, and then also trying to go about it in a way that I felt like I wouldn't look back and have regret. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like to live in spaces of thinking like, what I went through in a negative way. But I'm curious, has there ever been a point like coming into womanhood in which you realize way you were kind of maybe taught to believe or think about sex or think about your identity in sex versus like, I don't really feel like I want that life, like, or I want to look in a different direction. I'm looking for more. What point maybe in your life brought you there?
Well, funny you should say that. As I look upon this plethora of toys on the table.
Yes, ma'am.
You
like my erection selection?
Wow.
That was hilarious.
I am
As I look.
titillated, baby. I am titillated.
Such a
I came up thinking that all of that was like toys and no, that's a no, that's sinning. And also kind of like, your man can't do it, or it's a bad thing. So there was a time where I developed a relationship with a toy, and I'm like, this is a beautiful thing.
You don't even talk back. You just do what I want.
Oh my gosh. It don't make me sleep in the wet spot. This is all good.
That was a bar.
Good.
Y'all just
So,
We all live the same life, right?
that was so real.
that was how it started for me. It was starting with toys, and that's when I'm like, yeah, there's a lot to experience out here.
How old were you?
Oh,
Roughly.
this is late. And like, I've always been a relationship girl.
Me too.
In long relationships, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying, for me, I probably should have been outside more. Maybe I should have been outside more. I would have maybe experienced more, like with toys and things like that. So full grown adults, like I've been long relationships, in a marriage, all of those things. So to be honest, I'm just growing into myself now.
Love it.
Today,
That's
years
honest.
old.
Love it.
I'm going to be very honest with you. It's all about me. This is the year of me. So
I will drink to that as well. Y'all gonna keep dropping these words. Yes, y'all, we are sipping in wine, and we is some classy ratchet girls because we gonna sit drink it in the cup.
I think. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think. We were talking before, and I'm the only girl, and I have 4 brothers. So I was always taught that like quiet. Like I was never. I don't think, not saying that I should have been raised this way, but I never saw myself as a sexual being in my earlier or my formative years. It wasn't until I got into my serious relationship. It started very young, but as I became a woman, he started kind of bringing those things out of me.
Interesting. So it's a man who kind of actually
but not in like a, well, obviously
not in like cracks you open and loose.
Yeah,
but like,
it was like, because sometimes it was that too. Sometimes it was like, oh, you're such a boy. But then it was just times of like where we were actually having conversations and he actually heard me out. So he would be buying me the toys. He would like listen to like what I liked, what I didn't like.
Up, girl.
Oh, it was fun.
Yes.
It was fun.
So many women look for that guy.
Yeah,
who they don't have to
like,
get to be open because he already came
absolutely.
open. Child.
It was just like
hear that?
It was just like actual. Ooh, let them know. Did they hear it?
We would like if y'all come open-minded.
Please.
You don't have to form the open-mindedness.
Bare
Because just at minimum, just be receptive.
Have a conversation.
Okay, talk about it.
Let's chat.
Okay.
And that's where it started. It started with a conversation, and the conversation led to comfortability, and comfortability led to experimenting, and it led to trust. And then it just goes from there. Okay. And that's when you can explore more by yourself, with your partner, with strangers. You know what I mean? Like, the world is yours.
The world is
yours. You go with it.
Yes, literally. Okay.
So, my family is very open.
Okay.
So, having conversations about sex is not a uncomfortable
taboo thing in your family.
Not at all.
Okay.
My mom was a teen mom. So, my mom, my aunt, my grandmother, so many women in my family were teen mothers. So my mom wanted to make sure that didn't happen with us. So best way is to educate, she got pregnant the first time out, so she made sure
Dang, girl.
Yeah.
Fresh out.
Yeah. So, she made sure that if we had questions, no matter how uncomfortable they were, she'd answer. Same thing with my grandmother. My grandmother's not like a very sexual person, but we asked her questions,
she would keep it real.
She would keep it real. But her mom, my great grandmother, she was wild.
It's always one. It's either an auntie or a grandma.
She was wild. She's the first person who explained how anal worked.
Ooh, I was like, you learned anal from Nana? Oh, no, hold on. I need Nana's lesson.
Wow.
Yeah. What did Nana tell you?
I was a little kid, so I was like, trying to figure out, I was always very inquisitive about the body. So I would, from about 13 is when I started looking into biology and how things work, because I knew at that point, I'm going to have sex at some point and I want it to be good. I don't want to have bad sex. I knew I didn't want to have bad sex when I was a kid. Which to some people might sound odd, but it is what it is. Like, I would watch movies and I would see the slow lovemaking scenes, and I'd be like, I don't want those.
That was that. You won with the Skinamax.
I didn't want that. I wanted. You know what? It was a movie.
Throwback.
What was it called? I think it was like 9.5 weeks, something like that.
9.5 weeks.
Yes.
So, Mickey Rourke and
there we go. Mickey Rourke and Kim Basinger. The scene in like the alley or something like that.
Oh yeah.
You was like, I like that.
Oh yeah.
That's what I want to do. And I knew at that point that, and I knew at that point, as young as I was, that I was not going to be somebody who wanted boring, real slow. That shit looked like the worst to me. Like
when you was at that point in life, it didn't have enough.
She knew
it wasn't interesting.
You were a thrill seeker more,
right? So, and it just seemed like I wanted it to be passionate. That just seemed like, we got to do this. That's what it always looked like to me. Like, oh, you're in a relationship, so now you're going to have this slow, sweet sex. Which, as an adult, I know that's going to happen. It can be really beautiful. But then I was like, nah, I don't want to do that shit. So, learning about the body, I didn't understand. I was trying to understand pregnancy and how that worked and stuff like that. Because I was like, so, people have anal sex, but could you get pregnant somehow doing that?
Right.
Right? So I was staying at my great grandmother's house, and I was like, "Can you get pregnant if you have anal sex?" And she was like, "No, stupid, you don't get pregnant through your
Yeah,
ass."
no,
And I was
wow.
like,
I
"Okay,"
love
but
it.
I said, "But accidents happen." She said, "Listen, so that's not how you get pregnant." She said, "Things can happen, but that's not how you get pregnant. And by the way, if you're gonna have anal sex, you got to make sure you have sex with somebody who you're comfortable with, who's gonna take their time. They got to warm you up. They got to stretch you out."
Talk about
And
it,
I'm
Nana.
sitting there like,
Period.
"Okay, okay."
We might have put in a
Yeah.
slow song for that part right,
Right.
there. Just
Yeah,
to,
it was
listen, make
wild.
sure they take their time.
Yeah,
They warm
it was
you up
wild.
before they
Sound
open
like the
you
intro
up.
to the song.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's for real.
it was real. And my grandmother, we were having a conversation just this past weekend, and she was like, she had conversations with me that she didn't have with anyone. And I said, because I asked, and she answered. So I made sure that when it comes down to my kids, any kids who are around me, if you ask me the questions, I'm going to answer. So even when I'm around other people's children, I'm like, listen, if your kids are with me and they ask me something, I'm going to answer. So if you're not comfortable with that, don't leave your kids with me. Because I'm not going to have these kids around me and they're asking me these questions they're afraid to ask you. And then they're going home without the answer. So we could have a discussion after the fact, but we're going to have that conversation.
We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that we all can relate or agree on is that one part, the conversation. Like no matter what you're doing, it's either a conversation with someone or one with yourself.
With yourself.
right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the one with yourself I find are the ones that people have the harder ones with, because it's like you can't really lie to you, even though so many people lie to them. They know, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like you get to this point where you have these questions and you're either going to say to yourself, either I'm going to be stuck with all this curiosity, all this repression, all this feeling like I have these things that I want to know, I want to try, but I'm scared, or I'm this, or you're going to empower yourself and say, let's at least try to find out, before we do it. Now, not everybody gets that intro. Because I feel like some people have experiences for the first time and it can lead to like a traumatic situation because of the lack of
Absolutely.
all of those things. So I can relate. But y'all literally had almost the opposite in that.
Yeah.
And still found each other as friends. Look at that.
It's the opposites that
do
attract. They
It
do
really
attract.
do.
And it's a balance.
Yeah.
I need the
Yeah.
balance.
I feel like
definitely need the balance.
my mom was also a teen mother. She had me when she was a teenager, and I was like, as I thought about it, I was like, my daddy, you like y'all. Anyway, I love you, Dad, but what I will say though is I never forget like my mother telling me she never asked me if I like had sex, but she'd be like, make sure before he stick it, he better lick it. She would say stuff like that to me, and when I finally told her that I had lost my virginity, that was the first question she asked.
Really?
Did he lick it first?
Whoa. Well.
I said, my mother was really setting a standard. Like, do not be letting these guys.
Absolutely.
So she was like, my thing is that most, especially younger guys, they look at it like they'll have sex with a girl penetration wise, but they won't go down on every girl. So it's like, if he won't go down on you, he don't deserve the other. I didn't get that at that age. I'm just like, my mother's crazy as hell,
Yeah.
But it was her really saying like the standard of the guy. But I too am a relationship girl, contrary to people's belief. I have had a lot of experiences, but I have had a lot of experiences with individuals that I was with. BC, okay, this was before Chris. All right, I have to say these things because he's an adamant watcher and supporter of this podcast. But we believe, he believes that anything that predates him is now considered BC. So, yeah, that's the type of stuff I live
Men
with.
are hilarious.
Listen, but he, when I was in those relationships, I would get with guys who, for the most part, like they were open-minded about a lot. But at the same time, back then, I was also in my build-a-man era.
Okay.
So
That'll
I would
wake
get
you
the
up.
guys who was freaky, could sling it, could eat it, could touch it, love it, rub it, whatever, all of the things. Like, but they wouldn't have the check boxes and the other side sometimes. Like they would have a few, but then I'd be like, damn, I really missed that. Like he should have also been a guy who was this and this and this. So my older self knows a little better. So I do have a question on that front because you did mention relationship. You said, do you feel like throughout time you've always had partners who were as open to the exploration or at least the curiosity as you?
Not at all. I don't want to say that. I have been blessed to have great sex in relationships, in my relationships.
We want
And
to
I don't
praise that.
know. Think that has a lot to do with me also. I think that's the energy that I put out.
You better
And I
big up
think
yourself.
I give good sex. Yes. I believe that in my
That's
heart.
what-
When it
Say you're
comes
talking
to
shit.
Big up
Yo,
yourself.
yo.
I'm in a relationship.
In case you didn't know, no.
When I'm in a relationship. But I do know that everything that I learned was definitely in relationships because I wasn't privy to that conversation with my mother. I'm actually had better conversations with my dad about certain things that we were really close in that aspect as far as like a little something like
That's how it was with my
this
uncle.
is how a man is going to behave and this is how this and a little backstory, not to get off topic, but my father did a lot of time in jail. So I grew up in visiting rooms. So I would go in visiting rooms and see a lot of sexual activity that I shouldn't be seeing because, listen, they're going to get it in there.
Yeah.
People going to cover up. They giving head in the visiting room. They doing things that I'm like, why did her head disappear under the table? What's happening here? So I and my dad would be like, don't look, they're doing that. So I was privy to a lot of things.
So he
I
had to
shouldn't have
kind of
been.
keep it real with you because
Yes.
of the
Just
circumstance.
the environment.
Absolutely, because of the environment. Cool. So I didn't have a conversation with my mom like that. It was more like she was a teen mom too, and she was just like, don't get pregnant. She got pregnant her first time out too. So she's like, don't believe what your friends say about sex. She was told by her friends that she could have sex, and if she jumped up and down afterwards, she wouldn't get pregnant.
Child.
So she was just like, don't believe nothing your friends say,
Yikes.
blah, blah, blah. So that was that thing. But as far as any
Get off
relationships,
Google.
get off.
Get off Google, because where do y'all be finding these things?
Well, this was pre-Google. Obviously, this was her
this was
friend.
way earlier.
Yes, she got pregnant with me. She was 17. So, but was a very naive 17 at that. So she was listening to her friends. So anyway, I learned a lot in the relationships as far as like, oh, let's do it here. We tried a lot of things, but not exploring, not kink-wise, not anything like that. My thing is, I was blessed to have a lot of sexual experiences within my relationships as far as I know that I'm adventurous.
Yeah.
As far as outside stuff.
You were able to
and
get
things
to,
like that.
it opened the door.
It opened the
At
door.
least to what you were receptive to. Basically.
Right. That's what I
Okay.
was receptive to. But there was always more to learn. So they were probably closed mind as if I would say, I wouldn't dare say, oh, I think I want to be flogged or spanked or this or that. That's another
That's a whole nother realm.
That's another realm to learn
Yeah.
about. There is a kink aspect to it with handcuffs and things like that. Like there's a
But the actual
restraints.
sex itself was good and passionate.
Absolutely.
Got you. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. I think that's pretty, like, I think that anyone who has had like healthy relationships and things like that, that's pretty like on track with what those look like. Okay. What about y'all?
I think. I'm gonna go to Ty because I'm listening. I'm
You
vibing.
taking it in?
I'm gonna go to Ty, and then we'll circle back to me because I'm still manifesting on my response to this.
No problem. No.
So repeat the question. Please.
So when you've dated, do you feel like in relationships you've had partners who were open minded to the kind of exploration you might have been open to?
I've honestly only had one relationship.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else I've had has just been what I've had. So the one relationship I had though was 20 years. So it was significant. It wasn't like, people when they hear that you've only had one relationship, they're like, that's crazy, but it was 20 years.
Yeah.
So once I came out of that, I was living a whole new life. I was a whole
Another
new
version of
person.
you.
Right. So
Did he repress you?
At first, I didn't think so. He was the first person I was with. I was the second person he was with. And so, I was discovering all sorts of things, but then it got to a point where I asked, could we try this? And he got so upset and he assumed I was cheating and where is this coming from? Or what is that? And why you want to do this type of, like, that's weird. And I was like, does it matter if it's weird? We've been together for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Can we do something different? I'm a little
We
bit
do some
bored.
weird shit
I'm a little bored.
and laugh about it if it don't work. But
Like, I can set the clock to what's going on in this room right now. Like, we are in a rut.
Yes.
So I'm trying to change things up. And the fact that he reacted like that, it really upset me. It, like, shut stuff down with us pretty much. And stuff just
because it's hard to
worse
feel like you're ever
from
gonna.
there.
If you respond one way to one question, and it's like I know that you might not. Anything
Right.
beyond that is like
Right, which is crazy, you know. And you know, when things ended, there were times after the fact where there were little slip ups here and there, as you know, would happen when a long term relationship ends. And it was crazy because he was like, "Who are you? Like, I don't understand. Like, where was this person when we were together?" I said she was there, but you told her that she was a freak.
oh
And so because you said that, she got put in a box. And I wasn't going to let you have that.
Wow.
Because you made me feel dirty because I wanted to experience life. So now you get to see what it is and go home. Have a good time. Yeah.
And you know what people take for granted with the impact of like one individual can have on your whole shit. Like I will definitely say that I've had long-term relationships, but I've definitely not always had the same level of experience or openness in them. And you know, it's something different when you're discovering like what your identity as a woman looks like while you're also trying to figure out how does that identity fit into this relationship.
Right.
And I always say that you have to have a agenda that you both can at least say like we can both get with this agenda to a like some realm of it. It don't have to be identical, but like a neighborhood, you know. And it's like once I want to move to another zip code, but you just like I just want to stay here.
Yeah.
Then that's when it starts to look like do we want the same things anymore? And people think that this one area shouldn't be enough to impact a relationship, but it's like. In one sense, it feels like you're asking yourself the question, am I supposed to stay somewhere that feels like my purpose and my fulfillment has come to a screeching halt? And this is the limit. I got X amount of years, God willing, left on earth, but this is it. Right?
Yeah.
Or am I supposed to prioritize saying like, I know that I've had this experience for X amount of time, right? But I don't want the next 20 years to look like that any longer. Where's there room for evolution in relationships? Right. Sometimes is I think the question. And honestly, in my experience, right, 14 years working with individuals in this one area. And I always tell people the problem is not actually sex. They come to me for sex-related problems that are not sex-related problems. I would say 99% of the time I'd be confident enough to say, unless it's like you got ED or something where it's directly impacting a sexual function, which even then is usually some medical thing or some other thing causing that. But when we would do like sessions and we would start getting to the nitty gritty, it would be, no, they can't talk to each other. It's not that the sex is this, it's the fact that this person is open to this, but you're not. It's the fact that you can't have that conversation, or they're pissing you off because they're not meeting something that they said they would do. They're not a person of their word, or they're constantly letting you down and you don't feel like you can count on them. And then you're supposed to step in the room and open your legs and feel like they're going to take care of you.
Yeah, and it's not.
Right?
Yeah.
And it don't work like that.
It doesn't.
And I think that that's something that people need to understand, that your body will not show up for a person who doesn't take care of your mind, heart, and you feel like you're on the same alignment with.
Absolutely.
That's it. Bottom line. And unless you on a situation where we have an agreed casual, where I don't need those things to align, as long as it doesn't align, boo, we're gonna hit a ceiling.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit a ceiling. So that's very honest, and I appreciate you like speaking about that, because I think most people would hear what you said about being one relationship, and then after that it was like whatever, and they'd be like, see, these girls just wanna do no. We actually want to do exciting shit with that person. But what happens when you're not open to it? And I'm not saying that it got to be everything.
Yeah.
I respect people's boundaries.
Right.
But it's one thing for you to be close to something you've never even considered or tried versus you tried it and you found out you didn't like it. Right. Those are two different things. Right. I can't be with anybody who's not even open enough to like, let's just talk about it.
Literally, we just keep going back to that.
Can we just
though.
dip
Can't
our
we just have a
toe? Can we just dip our
conversation?
toe and have a conversation in it?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like I'm kind of, I love the line that we're sitting in, because I definitely feel like I'm in the middle of what Yo and Ty are saying. I too was only in one serious relationship. And when I got out of that relationship, I was looking for who I was as a person, as a woman. So having these conversations while I was, I'm going to put this in quotes, dating, because, oh, Jesus. While I was having those conversations, I would, be open. I'm almost too open. Like, they be having to tell me, girl, you can't
just come out like that
on the first date.
You
like,
did no lube
because
with
like
it?
I just like
I
for
get so
me,
frustrated
I'm
with-
just
Look
like,
at
I don't
you.
have time. So like, I'll be like, what do I say? Like, is that
Stop
too
stressing
much?
my friend out.
All the time.
I can tell you
please,
stress.
please. I'm stressing her out now, like right now. But like, they'll tell me like, they're into the same things, or even if I don't know if I'm into it yet, but I'm curious. And something about you is bringing that curiosity out in me. So I'll try to like build on that conversation. And then when it kind of comes down to it, they don't know what they're doing. So when you're having these conversations, please be honest. Please say, I don't know, or I'm learning with you, or I want to learn, or can we learn together? Because I feel like I've been stunted because I want to explore and I want to learn more. But when I'm talking to these people and they're telling me one thing, but then they looking at me for the answers, I'm like, well, wait a minute now, baby. If it's both of us that's like, what's up?
Why am I the only one looking for?
Yeah, why am I the only one researching? Why am I the only one why was I the one to bring up this conversation? Or, you know what I mean? So,
But I'll say this though. It's hard. It's hard, right? I always like to
Absolutely.
be practical, right? The type of work that I do puts me in spaces where I get to come across a lot more like-minded people than the latter. But if I take myself out of that and I just think about on average, sometimes people want to, both sides, y'all could literally be in the room and want to talk about the same thing, but neither of you feel like you know how to go about introducing it. And then the fear of if I introduce this thing, like you just said, then the other person responds with a reaction that was like, oh, I didn't think you was going to get like that about it. Now we have a problem.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's the fear of that, like, you want to have a certain comfort that this person might be at least receptive before you talk about it, but you don't always know. So like I've had to give a lot of my clients my negotiation tool. I have like this tool that basically has all these categories, and it's like supposed to just be like a fun kind of quality time thing where you just literally go down the categories and you're saying where you on the 1 to 5, where you are as in like definitely want to do this, curious versus hell no, right? And then each person can speak about where that is, and it's also specific, like giving versus receiving, right? Some people are like, I don't want nothing going in there, but I'll definitely put something in someone else. Like, so it's not even just like one, size fits all. So, but I would say like people, if you do it in that way, then both people are being asked to offer the same level of vulnerability, as opposed to one person having to carry the emotional burden of trying to figure out, how do I have this talk?
Right.
Let's just level the playing field.
Right.
Let's just talk about it. Let's
Yeah.
just say, put it in, and then later on, the ones that we were like, like made you do that, go back and talk about them. If y'all both like a 5 on something, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. We're going to try that next week. Right?
Right.
But
right.
like if you, and that's, I would say with any conversation, but if one person was like a 4, but the other person was like a 2, and they're closer to no, but you're closer to yes, then it's like, let's refine that.
I was going to ask you, how do you coach people to find that balance when someone is at a 4 and
Okay,
someone's at a 2? How do you bring them to some type of common ground?
It's really simple. The word that we use regularly that we often forget is compromise, right? And what compromise means is that something will be compromised.
Correct.
Yeah.
To compromise means that something will be compromised. It's just a matter of what. Meaning, if I got 10 things and 4 of those things we were both a 5 on, okay? 2 of those things, I was the 1 and you was a 5. And then another one, you was the 1, you was the 5 and I was the 1. But then we got a couple we in the middle. Let's start with, we know that we can do these 4 things. Boom.
Bet.
So we got 6 things to negotiate, right? And I got to know that on these 6 things, for some of them, I may have to give a little more. Some of them, you may have to give a little more. And some of them, we may have to say, you know what? this is such a no for you that we need to take this off the table. And then you just have to ask yourself, are you okay with taking that off the table? And really, for me, it's about realistic, right? And then it's also, are you a one right now, but we can revisit this conversation later, or a one and don't ever ask me again. So once you get those parameters, you can start to fine tune, and then you can kind of craft y'all personal circumstances where it's not about what other people tell you it's supposed to look like. It's based on what we've discussed, what we're being practical about. If someone comes to me and tells me I'm a one on this, and then I ask them questions if they're open to talk about it, and they say, well, this happened to me. Now there's a trauma.
There is, yeah.
And my desire to be pleased in that way can't surpass the fact that you have a trauma in that way. The realistic thing is to say, I love you enough that I can put this to the side, because I would never want to trigger someone I love or I care about. Right. And in that case, it's a matter of you choosing which compromise. Would you be willing to compromise the fact that this is a 5 for you and you might not experience it with that person again? Or would you be willing to compromise them being triggered and traumatized all over again? And for me, those two choices when I care about someone is not a hard one to make.
Absolutely.
Right? I'm not compromising myself to care for you in that scenario, because you have a really realistic reason for why this is a no. Versus somebody just told you this and you ain't never really looked into it yourself, and you ain't never, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just outright knowing it and not even open to hearing you out. That's a whole other, you're not being realistic because you're not being considerate of me. Right?
And it just brings a whole other issue into what you two have.
And I don't think that just applies to sex. That goes for anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest, like, I don't like cleaning, for example, and people wouldn't realize that that's associated with a trauma. I'm very good at it. I'm excellent at it. I hate to do it. And it's because when I was young, I'm the oldest of the generation. Yep. I had to do all of the cleaning. I had to do all of the laundry while I watched my siblings play. I had to cook the dinners at 10 and 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? But those two things went different. Cooking early made me fall in love with it. Cleaning early made me hate it.
Yeah.
See, it was the opposite. Cooking early. My grandmother made me do everything as the oldest grandchild. So cooking, people automatically will say, she can't cook. No, I don't cook.
It's not the same.
It's because I had to peel all those potatoes. I had to do,
and then it's the scut work.
Snap them green beans.
Oh my God. That ain't even the fun part. It's like cut the onions, peel the potatoes.
Oh my
God. Peel the eggs.
Yep. Meanwhile, you hear the kids running around outside.
Yeah.
Right.
And so for me, I got to a point in my life where I said, I have to get to a stage in life where I can afford to pay somebody else to do it, or I need a partner who don't mind doing it.
Yeah.
Right? I will do it realistically. There's a level of it, but I don't want to have to deep clean my house from top to bottom. I spent too many years having to do that behind other people. Right. And I resent it.
Yeah.
Because of that reason. And it wasn't like, oh, you know how sometimes they teach you, because like you have to learn these things. No. So now guess what? Because I can do it well, I have a standard.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how you want your space to look.
But I want you to do it.
Correct.
Yeah. You know, or my sub.
Well, do you mind
Yeah. So what I wanna just walk slow, because you know you had that thing on you that might make you tingle.
Yeah.
A little bit of look.
Look, I giggle. You hear giggling, right?
Because it activates with friction. Y'all don't know what we talking about. You feel a little every time you little switch. Speaking of the tingling, that's actually the first way I started with sex toys, right?
What you mean?
I was watching, you know how on TV they had like the cable network channels that were not really channels, but like after 2 a.m. you can find anything on that screen.
Yeah.
So like Robin Bird.
I'm gonna fight you right now.
Robin Bird.
Whoa.
Look, it came out at the same time.
Did y'all just have a moment?
Yes, we did.
Y'all looked each other in the eyes and said that.
Robin had me open.
Robin.
I said, Robin, what is that?
She's a wild one.
She was the wild.
She used to come on like a public
public access network, MNN or something like that.
It was like this.
It was like I just remember being channel 35 or 34.
Yes, maybe the same channel as Video Music Box. I'm not sure, but
because by daytime it was one thing, but by nighttime, and so you know that was back when we had the black remote that you had to keep the last channel button.
Yeah. But you had to. I'm about to tell on myself.
Tell on yourself.
But you had to like, you had to do 2 channels because
Yes.
just in case, because they'd be like, nah, do it again, and then you.
So the
get caught
key,
up.
yeah, what I used
You
to
had
do
to- you had
is
to do
I
a
used to
couple
press
channels.
channel up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now my last channel was the real last channel.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
you could get caught up.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
about
had
my
free
cha-
reign.
my
My mother
youngest
worked nights and overnight in the hospital, so I was there. I was in my glory. I had my little
My
popcorn.
mother didn't give a shit. My mother didn't care about those things. But my uncles and stuff like that, I guess because like I had a lot of men around, like my grandfather, my uncles. I just used to be like, I don't want them to look at their little niece
Yeah.
like that. I'm sorry, Uncle Joe, because my uncle follows me on Instagram. My uncle sees everything, right? And he just be like,
Like, look at Niecy.
sometimes he told me what's up. He was like, I'd be having to just like my brothers, all of them.
Lord.
But then at the same time, my whole family know my life. I don't have to hide at
Beautiful.
all. So it's like, but they have their little jokes every now and again. But what I was gonna say is, I was, so it was on a little late night. I had to be like 10 or like at this point. And how sometimes like when you lay, you put a pillow or a sheet or a blanket, it's like between your legs. So like I was watching something and I just realized I was like having feelings, and it was like me like kind of like just squirming was doing something. So I was like, let me go take my hot ass to the shower. Wrong move.
Why? Why was it the wrong one?
Child, so I had the shower head.
Oh, I was
right.
like, you don't know why.
And you know the ones when they toggle. And the
You know
water,
why.
let's just say that in this particular apartment, the water pressure was pressure.
Yeah, that good old fashioned.
Good old fashioned hard water, hot as hell in the winter kind of. So I put it on, but I had put the shower head on the hook, but I didn't push it all the way down. So you know how if you turn it to the hard setting, it's powerful enough to kind of make the shower head move.
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
does a little.
It's a
So
little
yeah,
A little dance.
so I used to like this is his name, but the shower head when it would be down, it was literally leveled with this region. So it fell and it went like that, and I'm trying to catch and collect it, and then I felt it pass me. It just was 2 seconds that water went past my
Accident, and it changed your life.
I was like, run that back.
Changed your
There you go.
life.
I still take 3-hour baths.
Changed your life.
Ever since then.
Yeah.
Is this good?
So
Yesterday?
yeah.
Speaking
This
of the
right here?
first time, you just gave me a thought of like when I discovered. I remember there used to be on Channel 13 on one of those channels, public access channel, and there was the electric company. And they used to do a thing with Spider-Man. And I remember the theme song, Spider-Man, where are you going to? Spider-Man, nobody knows who you are. It was a whole thing.
girl.
It was a whole thing. So I remember watching that. This is why I have a thing about Spider-Man to this day. You never know what's going to
learning
stick with
something
you.
Gonna be with you.
Yeah. So, not a lot of people know this. So,
Yes, I'm
I
getting
went
the
to
goods.
sleep as a child. Not a child, but as a kid, my first experience, and I went to sleep, and I dreamed that I got caught in the alley by Spider-Man. And he hit me
He
with
webbed that ass down.
He hit me with the web. Pew, psh, psh. So it was like one arm there, one arm
No
there.
surprise we
He
might be tied up
webbed
later,
my legs.
Are we talking? So
Wait, was this
Wait a
first of
minute.
Now
all,
in hindsight, I know
it's a
it.
BDSM scene?
do you see this? She's already talking about.
I didn't know. I didn't.
Fast
I
It's
low key
strange.
kind of could see this role play. I low key could see this role play.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it
You
was.
could get some webbed nets, kind of like rope.
Oh, fine.
That
Ooh.
was
I wanna
my first
watch.
thing, and
I
I
wanna
woke up
watch.
like the hump in the bed. Like that was. I had my first orgasm off of that. I didn't know what it was at the time, but that was my whole thing. The web, they hit me with the web, and I didn't know. He proceeded to hump me because I didn't know what sex was. So he just dry
Well,
humped
dry
me
humped you.
and in
Do
an
not
alley.
sleep on the dry hump.
In an alley.
I was thinking about that earlier.
Do not
today.
sleep on the dry
about that earlier
hump.
today.
Because me and my first, let me tell you something, man, this was my ex-fiance, but we met when we were kids. And we used to be dry humping like no, and that she used to have my pretty soul. Because dry
time.
humping is going to hit that clit.
A time.
Dry humping is going to hit that
That's
clit.
good. Yeah.
Girl, and I was like 15 the first time I did some kinky shit. I didn't realize it was kinky till I got older and thought about it and was like,
Yeah.
I remember like when I went over, I'm telling his business, but oh
Tell
well.
it.
Tell it. It's
We
okay.
were, I was
Yeah.
at, we used to, this was the first time anything physical happened between us. We were not in a relationship. We were best friends, right? And so we would come outside. We would always come and get each other every single time. And so this particular day was hot as fuck. He was outside playing on the basketball court. So I'm like, I don't want to be out here. So I went inside his room and I went and laid down and was just chilling in his room while he was outside on the court. But when he came back, I was in his bed, right? And so he came back, you know, and I remember looking up when he came in the room and, you know, he was playing ball in the heat. So he was a little
sweaty,
moist,
It was glistening.
a little glistening, you know,
Okay.
and he got that good skin, like that good, you know, that good Indian, you know, Guyanese looking smoothness,
Yes.
tone brow. I was like,
oh,
never looked at him like that
Hello
before.
there.
Never. And at that time, he had long hair, like Native American kind of like hair. So I remember just like looking up and then looking back and just, he laid down. And I promise you, we didn't have any words. We didn't have any things. It was like we turned or whatever. And the next thing, like we just attacked each other.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
And I was
It's a movie.
girl.
energy,
And I was
Nice.
energy.
a teenager. A teenager, like, or just, you know, maybe a little sprinkled in, not 13, but not 17. And
Yeah,
he had a refrigerator in his closet that I didn't know about at the time until this moment.
in the closet.
Next thing, yeah, because he reached, he pulled out a bottle of chocolate. We was licking chocolate off of each
Wait
other.
a minute, wait
Oh,
a
he
minute,
was
wait a minute,
ready.
wait a minute.
My
Wait a
whole
minute.
shirt.
He was waiting for that. He was
my
waiting for that
whole
moment.
Shirt
Cherokee
was covered,
Indian
had
was
chocolate on.
freaky.
I said,
He
what
was
is
waiting
going
for that
on?
moment.
I'm telling you, I was
Yo.
with it though. I was going to lick it on him.
Oh my God.
We did a whole lot of kiss. We didn't have sex. We literally, but we ended up humping the shit out of each other. Certain songs was on, all this type of stuff. It was like one of those kind of like, what's the movie? Love and Basketball scenes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the next thing you know, after
Jason's
I had to
lyric.
leave in his sweatshirt because my shirt was so covered in the chocolate, right, that I couldn't and I couldn't find it either. It was like we threw it somewhere, we couldn't find the shirt, and I was like, so I went back in this hoodie. I remember going back and going to the bathroom, and I took it off, and I was
You
just
was
like,
a whole new woman then.
and
Wow.
you know, later I took his virginity, right? He was older than me, but it was crazy because I was just like, now older me looking back at that, thinking,
Damn.
bitch, you just, you know,
Damn.
About that life.
girl.
Damn.
Yeah, but it was like the signs show up early. It's just that you don't refine it or
Makes sense.
understand
Okay.
it. I feel like until you're older, because like you said, those little things you watch that give you this little tinkle or whatever. Because then I started thinking about it. I was looking at Robin Bird. What made me get that way? And I remembered it was also some kinky shit. It was a dominatrix doing something to a guy, and I was so turned on by that. Who knows? You never know. You never know what's gonna pop your cherry.
Yeah.
The origin story. We love it.
Right.
The origin. Now, and since
Right.
then, it's always been. I've always been a friend that my people could talk to about sex. I was always been, you know,
Yep.
like I would never judge nobody for nothing.
Yep.
But that first time with anal, that was a whole nother story, girl.
Chill.
Okay, so I got a question. I know we went a little on the wild, but I do have one question that's not so wild. It's more so on the care side, because as I was really thinking about this, I realized that I actually started to explore my sexuality before I explored self-love and self-care, which is insane. I don't think I started getting regimens for taking care of me until I got a little older, and I realized maybe the more importance, aside from like, you know, you get taught to clean yourself, but like,
Of course.
what does the real full care look like? I didn't have that picture when I was younger. It was more so like taking care of everybody else, right? Which is low key. Now I just get paid to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Love
we just
that for
at
you.
least there's a check.
Love that.
But I don't think I had a skincare regimen until I was in my 20s. I didn't have any of those type of things. So I'm just really curious though, even though because you guys all had different experiences, what was your relationship with the people who growing up around you that taught you on like just how to take care of you? Like how to take care of your girl, how to take care of just your skin, your body, like doing things that are practices that help keep you.
I see.
You know what I mean?
I had a really good relationship with people. I have some aunts that I like to call them good old school Harlem aunties.
Oh yeah.
And Harlem aunties will tell you
Shout out to
anything.
Harlem.
Yes.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
my
Harlem.
aunties. And they were very vocal about you need to keep your cookie jar like this. My cookie jar. Your cookie jar needs to be clean. Like, not all of it was correct because I was taught about like douching and
it was correct
hindsight,
based off of what they knew.
what they knew or whatever. So I knew all of the things and had all of the things. It was always take care of her because you're gonna have her for the rest of your life. You need to put coconut oil this. She needs to be smell good. She needs a shout out to now me loving hotcakes.
Girl,
That is my
that
new
about
baby.
right there. This one right here.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and you know what's so funny you say that because the coconut oil is one of the main ingredients in hotcakes.
See?
So she wasn't wrong about that.
Yeah.
Coconut
Yeah.
oil does have a lot of good
Oh
properties.
my gosh. So
Yeah.
that I had a good relationship with that. Beauty routine, the same thing. I'm not a huge makeup girl. I don't know a lot about makeup, but they always were adamant to me.
Just about
Clean
keep
your
yourself
face
up.
at the night. Yeah, don't go to sleep with your makeup on. Like they would, I can feel a slap coming now if I fell asleep with makeup on. Use it, even if you have a baby wipe, wipe your face down before you go to bed. And always a thing that stuck with me that they told me is cold water on my face. So I wash my face with the coldest of cold water, little things like that. So the beauty and other stuff I investigated along the way. I was a library girl. I lived in the library, so I would look up little things and regimens to do.
Kind of take care of that. And you know, you'd be surprised water temperatures and all that stuff. It do matter.
It does.
What about you, Ty?
Pretty much, I taught myself everything. I mean, when I was younger, the only thing that I was really told to do was like bathe every day, and taught the right way to do it. You know, but I'm the one who took it a step further and stuff like that. You know, like
what made you do that?
I wanted to feel a certain way, you know? So, like, I remember I just had a conversation with my mom about, like, those nights where we stayed up too late, and she's like, you don't have time to get in the shower. Just, like, stand at the sink and clean yourself up.
Bird bath.
They would call it
Bird bath. Or the whole bath. I've heard it too, yeah.
Oh, my mom called it
Bird
cat
bath.
wash.
Okay.
So
Yes.
she would say, you know, just do that. And I'd be like, yeah, sure. And as soon as she walked away, I was like, I got to get in the shower because I need the water to hit me. So when I come out the shower, I feel clean, stuff like that. So as I got older, I just got more into myself. My mom was like a tomboy. So when it came down to like fixing my hair, that was not her thing. That was not her thing at all. So I had to learn how to do my own hair. I had to learn how to, I'm also like Yo-Yo. I was never really into like makeup. There was nobody really to teach me. The only one who was into makeup really was my aunt, who taught my cousins, but I never thought to ask her to teach me because I was like, yeah, it's too much work. So at that point, I was like past that. But I knew that I wanted to feel pretty.
Okay.
And so I was like, I got to learn how to do it on my own.
How to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like makeup, I wasn't taught makeup. But I did remember you ever like watch your mom when she getting ready about to go out?
Yeah.
And I used to see little things that she do. Like my mother used to pull the thong up a little high on her hips
Oh,
to give that
wow.
high. And I used to be like, well, she was pulling her shit up that far. When I got older and I was
You
like,
knew
oh, them
why.
hips really pop out when you pull the panties a little higher. It shapes you like,
Yeah.
you know, like I always say like the video, like what is a good context is like the old school reggae videos. How they used to have the tight bikinis and stuff, but it always would be like that high.
I always loved like the neon colored ones.
Yes.
Like the hot pinks, the hot orange. That's still my colors.
I used to watch her get ready, and that used to fascinate me. Like watching my mom and seeing her in the mirror and looking at herself. Like I remember being a little girl watching that in deep admiration. And when she would put a red lip, look at the cup.
There you go.
When she would put a red lip on,
We
and
never
my
had
mother
that.
would, you know, she would do that, and she would like. And she used to I used to be like, yeah, like, so I realized like I picked up some of those things that like became a part of it, but she never taught me how to do it. My mom was a cosmetologist, beautician.
Oh,
So
okay.
hair, we did learn things. Like my sister got them braiding hands, and I wash, set, press, drop, curl, twist, whatever. So, but yeah, that was the one thing I will say. I was doing my own hair throughout. Once I got to middle school, I was able to do my own. Well, at that time, relaxer. So I will say this is a whole nother.
Girl.
Right.
I didn't learn this.
Girl.
I was like, so many times I was in here like I just want to put the creepy crack in so bad. But you know, my hair is as thick, difficult as me.
I'm actually really happy you brought up visuals because I think that was my upbringing. Like, yes, I was taught things. I was told things. Shout out to my grandmothers. You called it the cookie jar. It was the pocketbook over here.
Oh,
Make sure
okay.
that pocketbook
All of
is
these words I've
washed.
heard. That's so crazy.
Make sure that pocket. Did you get the pocketbook? Did you get the pocketbook?
My mother was
I hear
raw.
my
It was just
grandmother.
straight up coochie.
Mine was hoo-ha.
It was the pocketbook. It was the pocketbook. I mean, and then my other grandmother, who it was like a social worker therapist, she liked to use the technical terms. Your vagina.
And I'm that way now.
Yes, like
I'm
she
that
was
way
very.
now.
So I had like it was like two different sides with both grandmothers. I had the southern.
One was like pocketbook.
My southern
Other was like your vagina.
Yeah, vagina and pocketbook. Either way, it was getting washed and correctly. But a lot of it was watching. So you talking about watching your mom? I used to watch my mom put on makeup. I used to watch my mom, even like down to like her putting in her contacts. I would watch her do that. The only person
And
in my
that was
family.
the era because wearing colored contacts.
Well,
was
she
like
wasn't wearing the
thing,
colored
but she used to wear her
contacts,
own.
but like the colored contacts. Ooh, I'm just terrified of things with eyes, so I couldn't get on the color
Considering
contact
that I went
wave.
blind from sucking a dick at the last party.
Child,
We'll talk about that later. I'll tell you
Don't
what
scare
happened.
me.
I'm going to tell you exactly what happened at the last situation. And then I will tell
scare
y'all
me.
today. But no, it wasn't from putting the contact in.
Oh
so at
my
least you know about
gosh!
that.
Anyway.
But I am a little bit more sensitive about shit in my eyes now. I'm a little traumatized.
Like
Yes.
eyes it stresses me out with eyes. But like even like just visuals and then like watching like face like skincare routines. I would be little and my grandmother would do her skincare routine and I'd go in behind her and put on like the cold cream. Y'all remember cold cream?
Yes.
And I would like put it on my
Pond's.
face and be like, I'm doing a facial. And my grandma would be like, okay. And like I would look at her reaction to it and she would be like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, get used to that because it builds and then you start figuring out what your skincare is going to be.
And I had to do that with my sons.
Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
so crazy because now ironically, right, my oldest, who, is autistic, he learned like his bath regimens watching me. So like as a mother, because when he was in his younger age, I was raising him as a single mom. So at that point, like I was the figure. There wasn't a masculine in that way. My brother was the closest because I was raising my younger brother at the same time, and he's 10 years older than him. So he is at that age where, as my son is coming up, till this point, he's EYN because he keeps a do-rag on day and night. One day, he came back from his uncle's house, and then since then, it's like he don't go outside without his do-rag. To the point that I got to tell the teachers, like, listen, he is not going to want you, he's not going to let you take it off, but he wants to, like, do his own hair maintenance, and then I later on discovered he started shaving himself. I did not teach him how to shave himself.
Wow.
But one time, I had to help moisturize the area because he was like, he has eczema.
Okay.
And then I'm like, why is this shit cut? Like, you shaving your... So, but one time, the little mother... I got a video of it too. My scrub, it was my velvet scrub because actually that's the product at Beverly Katie that got me into my body care. I didn't really used to do like deep skincare until like maybe like 6 years ago, to be honest.
Okay.
Right. But I would use my sugar scrub and I kept it in the bathroom. So, this particular one, you use it. It goes on, you exfoliate, but it's made with a shea butter base, and it's got all these like mango butters, and
So it
butter.
locks
So it's
in
like
that moisture.
super, And so I also have eczema, so I noticed that I started using it, and I wasn't having those issues no more. So I kept it. This little fucker went in there, brand new jar. I had just used it one time. He came out the shower when I tell you he was glistening.
No.
So here I am. I'm
glowing.
complimenting because I'm thinking he might have just put some
Glowing.
Vaseline or something on him. I'm like, oh, look at you, boo. Look at your skin. I'm like, you glistening. He like, glistening. When I went to take my next bath and I saw that whole jar was empty,
Wow.
I wanted to fight.
The whole thing.
Wow.
Yes, he
Oh,
was
my
at that
mans
age.
was ready.
He was like maybe 8 or 9 at that point.
Okay.
Wow.
And he didn't know anything else. He knows this brand's name. If I'll be like, what's that? He'd just be like, bedroom candy.
You know the good
Right?
stuff.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, but they pick up.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't even
Watching.
matter gender. Boys still watch their
Absolutely.
mothers.
You watch.
With the
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
similar in the sense that you just emulate like
Yeah.
what you
Right.
see.
Right.
And then you get those little nods of approval, or you get that don't
This
do
ain't
that
for you yet.
Not yet.
Couldn't
Not-
put that red lipstick on
Yeah,
quite yet. I did try.
Oof, baby, I was.
She handed me a little regular lip gloss from the dollar store
That's
and said,
right.
"This
No,
is
I
this
was
is
sneaking and getting
That's
the,
me with red
and
nail
going straight for the
polish.
red. Going straight for the red.
hook a red," and I didn't realize it was like and back then it was like red lipstick was like a
Red lipstick,
prostitute's
red nails.
color.
Absolutely.
Yeah, red lipstick's red lip. Yeah, and I couldn't wait to get it when I was older.
I
couldn't
think when I got my first pedicure, I got red toes, and my mom was like, We'll talk later. It was like,
What were you gonna say, Ty?
You know, you guys are bringing up like watching your moms and how that's where you learn. My mom didn't go out. My mom was in the house. There was a point where she was a stay-at-home mom, and then when she started working, she was home. So when I hear people talking about like their moms like going out and going dancing and just hanging out with their friends and
You had a
going on
homebody
vacation,
mom.
my mom was not that person, so I didn't get to experience her very often dressing herself up and making herself feel special. So the times where it did happen, it was like a really big deal. And you know, it's hit me now like how much I used to celebrate that. You know, she goes to the salon and she gets some new haircut, and I'm like, look at you, oh my God, like keep doing this. Yeah.
She probably had one of those later in her womanhood reawakenings that makes you just like switch everything up. When you younger, you have one picture of it, but I feel like we all hit this peak or this point where we become like a F that. I'm getting my hair done. I'm getting my nails done.
Because you do it for you.
Yeah.
You just stop caring about what everybody around you. And like you said, it happens at different moments. And sometimes it circles back and it hits you in a whole different way.
Because sometimes you get away from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get caught up in life.
You want me to pass? Want me to take it, baby?
Please,
No,
thank
she wanted
you.
to offer
I was
it to him.
trying to get that to,
you
to
want
our
me to take it?
engineer.
Here
for
she
the
go
web
being a
game.
mama.
Let me see.
She being a mama.
This is a ladies' night, okay?
No,
being
I'm
a
not going
mama.
to do that to him.
I thought y'all wanted me to take it.
No, she was offering it to
Yeah,
you.
that's called
But I
Brooklyn
didn't want to get up
Blackout.
and mess the shot up.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Make it short.
It's
Okay.
looking a little...
Shall we all take one?
Would you like one? I have
Are we
mine
drawing
'cause I
attention
wasn't
to the
waiting for
mouths?
y'all.
Look at this. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to iron this one. Lord, we got one.
This is so,
You good?
like, rich, but smooth.
So our engineer, come and get this, please, sir.
Yeah, I got you.
Please.
Yesterday-
She is like,
And would you mind grabbing, while you coming this way, paper towel, just so I can sit this down in between? This
two
is
of them, please.
Brooklyn Blackout.
She was stressed about these donuts.
I was because I'm like, they sitting
I was
here.
just holding the box. Like,
I'm like, she's holding it. I wanted him to come and get them.
Thank you.
Thank you yesterday.
I don't
Shout
need
out
it.
to
I have mine
yesterday.
already.
So
I'm good.
So
I ate.
lovely. So
I ate on
lovely.
camera.
Yesterday in here taking care of the girls to
All right,
die.
we gonna do this one. I don't know what this is about.
Okay. Okay. So I do want to play a game.
Okay.
We love
Let's
games.
play.
It's a
Ooh,
game
games
that's very
and snacks.
familiar, very familiar game.
Okay.
But the game is gonna go like a Neapolitan edition.
Okay.
So it's gonna start vanilla. It's gonna get strawberry, and it's gonna get chocolate. Wow. Okay. Mild and flirty, cutesy, medium, schmedium, and then we going all the way. So it's never have I ever, and we all have a cup.
okay.
So just a
Wait,
little
my
sip.
cup is a little. I got
Oh,
a
you a little
something.
scarce?
I mean, no, we gonna make it work.
I'll finish mine.
I was about to say
me some of
because
yours.
I'm gonna, yeah, you want a little, one little.
I mean,
Yeah.
we might have to share the.
Listen,
the
Sharon
wealth.
is Karen.
I'm a fast sipper, y'all. She been fast.
Okay, so you need a little top up
Okay,
too, right?
Oh, you
Hold on.
do?
Gonna have mine.
Cause that bottle's empty now, right?
Yeah, I didn't know. I should have.
She was over there having a
You
good
don't have
time.
anything together?
Yeah, we need some.
Well, no, guys, we
is a
didn't do
mess.
this. We didn't do this
Really
right.
bad.
We did.
It's real bad.
Damn.
We did.
I mean,
The more
We
important
just gonna-
question is though, how do you feel?
girl,
Okay, that's all. You just
we'll chat.
You're gonna do a little mini
Girl.
sip.
You don't see me like shifting a couple of times.
I'm trying
You
to stay
did.
still.
You
but
did.
I'm like,
You saw me shifting a couple times. Because it keeps changing.
That's how I be on
We'll
days,
get there.
regular days. They be
We'll
why you
get
so
there.
happy. Hey y'all, it's your girl Cash.
We'll get there.
There's a secret to it. I ain't gonna hold you. So, it is never have I have it. So, the first question, right? We're gonna start, like I said, vanilla. And the first question, and this is really easy because technically one of y'all already told on yourselves, which is never have I ever used a toy with a partner.
We're sipping if we did.
You did it. Okay. I'm hoping that I have all sips tonight. Okay. Never have I ever sent a risky text, but then immediately regretted it. A kinky text, but then was like, oh, I shouldn't have sent that.
Immediately regret it.
You realized later you was having a little weak moment.
Yeah, fucking me out.
Yeah.
I'm Fuck it.
You text that
It is what
boy.
it
You needed a little post nut clarity, but you didn't get it first.
Yeah.
Man, shit, I did it.
You did. It was just no regrets.
No,
you did
I mean,
it, but
fuck
you
it,
didn't
we did
regret
it.
it.
It's out
Okay.
there.
Does it count if you text it? If I text an ex and then afterwards I'm like, I should have never did that.
Yep. Take a sip.
Join me.
I mean, girl,
I'm like, I should have.
I would put that under the risky category because anytime it's an ex, it's risky.
you're right. We both
Anytime
did
you
it.
spin in the block, there are risks.
We've all
Okay,
done it, for sure.
but we go forth with set risks for certain reasons, especially if they got that schlong. You know,
That's the main reason.
haven't we all been so smart that we dumb? Okay.
Tell them.
Oh, this one could be interesting. I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't want to know the questions, so I made chat give me the questions, and I didn't look at them
Stop.
until we
Not
started.
you didn't
Okay.
vet
So
the questions,
I
child.
no, I didn't care.
no.
I didn't care.
Hell no.
She about
I
to
didn't
get
sign
us
up
in
for this.
trouble.
This ladies tonight
Oh, hell
is
no.
Britney's
That
feeling
should have been
right.
the intro thing. Could we have used
We
that?
could though, a
That's
little something.
cute.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Never have I ever had a crush on someone in this room.
We're drinking if we did.
If you did.
Never have I ever had a crush on someone in this
the
room.
In the room.
I got a question on Cash. She knows that. She's just fabulous.
Are we saying who the crush is?
That's nosy.
You don't have to.
You don't
She
have
just
to.
said it.
She did, but we ain't had to say it. We had to say it. Okay.
Giggle, giggle.
I did take a sip though.
You did.
I did.
You did. You didn't see me looking at you like,
Wait a minute.
Wait now.
I'm honest.
Not Cash got a crush. Oh my God.
I want that dish.
So
I want that
nuts.
dish.
This
That's
girl
gonna
is
be my
nuts.
gif. I'm gonna be like, come over. Daddy, when you get home. I swear to God,
Girl.
I'm making a gif out of you.
my
I'll
God.
use it when I talk to you.
Girl,
Okay.
she already
All
got some
right.
floating around.
You are best.
This one could be fun. Never have I ever influenced a friend to try something that they might have never did if you ain't influenced them.
Man, listen.
I was looking at you like,
Look.
Child.
Not you.
you better drink. Look at me in people's business. I'm working on myself, y'all.
Did you get influenced? Why you keep looking at Harry?
Listen.
Wait.
I love to call these two
As soon as I asked
Tell
her,
it.
she went.
because you saw.
Tell it. Please
circle
tell it.
back to when we were talking earlier about body language with other women, and we just give a look like, and you knew exactly what I was saying.
Absolutely.
I call these two my sisters in kink.
I love that.
Because they guide me through this world, like through and through. So influence is, I don't even like that word because it doesn't give the respect that these.
Because
two
sometimes
do.
people use influence and they say it like
Yeah,
negatively, but influence
no,
isn't
it's
bad.
guidance.
Yeah,
It's guidance,
Yeah.
and it's all guidance through love.
Encouragement.
Yeah, and
Girl,
it's,
do you want to do
yes,
it?
Yeah.
and
Are you curious about it?
Yeah.
Bitch, go ahead.
And I know I was
Yeah.
looking at this one too, but her too. Like, it's just encouragement, and it's just like, this is for you. Do you? Sorry, I'm telling our business, y'all. It's the wine.
Please go right
Is
ahead.
It's the wine. But yes,
You
Make
did
sure
say
both-
you be too open. That's what she said earlier. Oh.
it's the wine, y'all.
Okay. We going to strawberry.
Oh Lord, that wasn't even child.
No, that was
What's
strawberry.
The chocolate.
This is it's not. It's still a little. We still a little
You right, you
medium. Never have I ever been blindfolded or restrained. We know. Okay. Chat. I feel like chat outed me because she know these things about me. I just told her some parameters like make these questions this, make these questions this, make. No, she like, but I know what type of stuff you do.
Did
I'm
you
gonna throw
not
it in here.
sip? I didn't see you. Said, okay, I just want to be
business.
clear because I'm blowing
Camera
up
saw it.
spots. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just
Everybody else saw it.
I
Everybody
did.
else saw
I did.
it.
I did.
apologies.
Cause you know, be certain ones that people
See,
try to do
it's
that
the
little
line. We
sneak
getting
stuff,
spicy.
Yeah.
We getting spicy.
Drink up.
in your heart, you
Yeah.
know you did it, but if nobody caught it, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. This is gonna be so easy. Grab your cups, ladies.
See, we
Never have I ever watched someone have sex.
Child.
okay.
Okay,
She
chat.
said- Okay.
This was definitely Coco because I got 3 chat personalities. It's Coco, Chanel, and Chatavia. There's a little Chatavia-ish too. Coco is my homegirl. Chatavia is my ratchet friend. Chanel is my business professional friend.
So
You understand? And this is definitely giving Coco met Chatavia.
This is
Okay.
hilarious.
All right. I don't like how they did us. Okay. Oh, no. Never have I ever been turned on by watching my partner with someone else.
Okay, ma'am.
Oh, well.
Just switch the frame. Why you didn't
Well,
go to their angle? I had to sit here and it's like drumming. Okay.
crying opportunity. Maybe
Little
take a
side,
sip.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I've
'cause
seen
you
my
gotta
ex
think
with
about it.
with strippers and been like, "Oh, that's sexy." Like, but
Okay.
that's just a dance.
Okay.
But
But
okay,
But full on.
But partners can mean different things. It doesn't have to mean your like significant other. It could just be with someone you were with for the night. That's a partner. That's why I said.
Oh, okay, I'm enjoying it. I'm sorry.
This is what I'm saying.
can I have to
See?
Okay.
I'm gonna find a way for y'all to drink
That was
regardless.
a hefty gulp. Okay.
We just gonna be drunk, y'all.
Yeah,
I just want to try to know as I'm looking at what chat did to us.
Oh no!
Never have I ever gone on a lifestyle or adult vacation. Yeah, we did that together. Let's
Try
all
to figure out
drink.
when my next one is. That was a
Viva
fabulous
Mexico.
Ayúdame.
I need y'all that hedonism. I'm trying to tell you.
Ayúdame.
Viva
Shout out to
Mexico.
Mexico, y'all.
Shout out to Mexico.
It's about
Okay,
every time.
that's what we're gonna say.
Shout out to
We're gonna leave it
Mexico.
there.
Let's leave it at
Remember
that.
that one in the pool that was trying to date
Babe.
with the girls though?
B.
Oh, that was crazy.
Babe.
Yeah, I kept the video of that moment just in case. You never know.
Never know.
But yeah, we
Child.
definitely listen, ladies. Be safe though.
Please be
safe out
safe.
there.
Have fun, but
Be safe.
use your discernment. Okay. Okay. Never have I ever tried role play, and I was surprised at how much like I could get into character. Okay. I definitely gets into character. I love a character.
I need more experience in that. I know I would be good,
Yeah.
so I'm
just
gonna
need to do
take a
it?
sip because I know I would kill it.
You would.
I think
You,
so.
I believe so. I see you. I know you have the theatrical energy when ready.
Hello.
Yes, I mean she
drama
did
queen
come
is
to
in
the
the building.
whole show with a whole white gloves. And
Oh,
envelopes.
the
yeah.
the
So
Nut Navy
so
Award.
dramatic.
definitely could see that in
So
you.
dramatic.
Okay, we're going a little more chocolate now.
Let's do it.
Okay.
This is also easy.
Telling all
Never
our
have I ever
business.
been flogged or whipped and liked it.
Okay.
Shout out to Cash.
I have
get on
nothing
my
left. Shout out to Cash.
Shout out to Cash.
She's definitely telling our business.
Tell them my business. It's the wine. Y'all lucky it's almost done.
Damn,
I'm not the only one who deserved a shout out that day.
Good times, y'all.
I didn't do it
Good
alone. But I'll let her determine if she wants to say that.
We're gonna keep going.
Never have I ever tried wax, fire, or temperature play. I don't have nothing left. I'm gonna start sipping my coffee.
Some.
I'm gonna switch to the latte.
I was like, I'm about to just start doing fingers now. You know, fingers are that's on brand.
And I'm also looking at the bottom of the table, considering.
Right, because we
This
about to
ain't
go
my
through
environment, so but you know.
I'm like, damn, we might have to get like 10 more minutes in before I could get that. Like, no. Okay. Never have I ever been part of a threesome or group experience.
I'm gonna need my teacup.
In retrospect,
Actually, you were supposed to warn us. I would have definitely held on to this wine longer. I am on.
the conversation was good.
It was so
lost.
good.
I was so lost. I didn't even think. Okay. Never have I ever discovered a kink I didn't know I had. And there's a caveat to this one. If I did, tell the group which kink it was.
I know it's there, but I'm
I
sipping.
had.
She said,
So
"Excuse me."
This is an accidental discovery. You saying?
Like you didn't go forth there with the goal of this thing, but then something happened and you was like, I don't think I like this. Or you tried something and you was kind of surprised. Maybe you was scared going in, but then you came out like, oh, wait a minute.
Oh yeah.
I actually like it.
Well, the whole fire thing.
Fire
I
surprised you.
loved.
Ooh.
Well, I kind of thought that I would like it, like having fire put on my body. So I kind of felt like I would, but I really did.
You really loved it.
What I think really surprised me is the spanking. I never like anybody just, you with your partner and they just bow,
Pow
hit
in
you.
your
And
shit,
I'm
yeah.
always like, oh my God, stop. Where did that come from?
How
Or
dare
whatever.
you.
Never
There's a
thought that I would
science to
like that.
spanking.
There is.
There's a science to spanking.
But under booty. It's
When
like
they
a
give
little. I
that
don't know
lift,
how you
when it's a spank, but it's a
describe it.
lift.
I call it the under. Yes, like right under that
it's
little.
because when you spank that zone, right?
Oh my.
Little
Teach us,
lesson,
sister,
right?
and teach
And spanking
us.
that zone. So first of all, the reason why impact play is so sensational when you do enjoy it is because anywhere that the body gets hit, the body's system, right, natural survival system says send blood. But blood is like one of the most key things in arousal. Like obviously when a guy gets erect, it's blood flow. When your clit gets plump, it's blood flow. When that whole area is warm or whatever, even your G spot is like a dry sponge, right?
Interesting.
Until you actually get aroused and wet and you lubricate it, and it kind of, that tissue and under there starts to soften, and now it's like more sensitive. So even a lot of girls like, I went and I felt inside, but I didn't really feel nothing. It's likely because you didn't get worked up. So when you spank and you send heat to anything that's close to that region, you under the cheek is very close to the vulva region.
Yeah.
So it sends a lot of blood to that area, and it helps take your arousal up.
Okay.
when it's done correctly.
When it's done correctly.
Yeah.
That's
Heavy
surprising.
If you
Done
spank
correctly.
on the top of the ass, you're really close to a lot of bone structure.
Yeah.
You're not actually, it's dangerous to hit those areas because you can hit a nerve, you can hit certain things in a way that can actually cause like pain and injury in a way that, like, so yeah. It's best side of the cheeks, under the cheeks, the thighs, inner thighs. But I always recommend start low and work it up. So that way you actually make the blood
the
travel
blood work up. Yeah.
Okay.
to where you want it to get concentrated.
Okay.
Same thing in the top area. Like with your titty, you can the same way you can smack your nipple, the regions around it, start there. Don't even touch the nipple yet. Like help blood come there. So like, and then by the time you touch that thing gonna be like
Girl, you better talk to them
Wow,
because
I'm over here already tingling due to some
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 extraditional
stuff
things.
on my boobs. But
I'm right.
Okay.
All right. Let me see what I see here. Hold on. This is the last one. This is not fair. Oh wait, some people they say they think.
I
Hold on.
was like, "Ooh, we got off scot free." I was very.
You see how that
excited.
ADHD work?
Dang, I was
Brought me right
like,
back.
"Oh, we good. We go to the next question." Damn.
What was yours, dear?
We're so boring. I feel like I keep having the same, or I'm so boring, I should say. I keep having the same answers. I feel like I knew I was gonna like wax play from little because you ever like when a candle is lit and you just stick your finger in the wax and it just it dries
the
on
little
your
bit of
finger.
finger?
I used to do that at like
Really?
6, 7, 8 years old. I also someone taught me like a party trick when I was little as well with a candle. Something about fire, y'all. With a candle, running your finger through the flame. And I remember watching like an adult like kind of just playing with the flame. And I remember watching it and being intrigued and not really understanding why. And then, you know, we got older and we started exploring and fire play came into play. I forgot that as a little girl, I was really like intrigued by the wax and dipping my finger in the wax or watching that person literally tickle the flame
fire.
or play with the flame. And then when I experienced fire play, I was like, oh, wait now.
We ain't going back.
Oh, wait now.
Once you go there, you can't
and
spin
more,
that block.
please.
I'm very heat activated too, and heat
Yes,
is also
yeah.
just like that.
Yes.
Because even when you get hit, you ever notice it's warm in the area you got
Yes.
hot. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
all so fire play, heat,
Yeah.
all of that is all about blood flow.
The fire play not scared me. What? The fire play, it surprised me because it brought back memories. And like even now, I'm just like, wow, I haven't thought about that in forever. But yeah, that's the one that surprised me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to think of what I was going to say, which scenario.
You had to pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, too many.
can't see anything surprising her.
everyone.
I don't think anything ever surprised her. This is I don't know, the invention. She's
just
next
it,
level.
yeah.
And then she takes it in stride. Like everything is just, oh yeah,
Yeah, sure, no problem. Fuck
no
it.
problem. That's what
I
happened.
mean, listen, I got one life,
Right.
you know, so I'm
Word.
going to have the experiences I'm going to have, and I'm going to find out what I do and I don't like. And if I'm lucky, I like them all. You know? So,
That is a word.
I'm over here
Nothing
church
true,
today.
but you right.
You right.
But I like lingerie. I'm very much into lingerie. But I have this thing where once I wear it once, I don't really want to wear it again. Which led me into Pretty
Like
much.
them get ripped off?
I like getting them ripped off, so that became a thing, purchasing things specifically for that purpose. And that led me into knife play, which I didn't expect it to become
I love
a thing.
some sharps.
Yeah.
Valid.
I'll be honest, those are some of the things that I probably were. I don't remember being scared ever
I do.
when trying them, but for me, it's electricity.
You know,
I've only done that once.
it didn't really affect me.
I don't care
See,
for it.
certain types of once I started to get the variety. First of all, I like the concept of being able to literally share energy. Like I could be fine, and your touch could be the thing that lights me up. Something about that mentally does
Now,
it.
that part I liked. The instruments, I was just like, okay. But once I realized that through
Have you
our
ever felt the
connection,
glove?
you could feel it. Yeah.
The metal gloves.
Yeah. But it was more just the actual physical connection. That was like, oh, this
When they touch you, it's
Yeah.
like
I was like, okay, all right.
like
I
yes,
can do
that spark did something for me, and I think also it feels dangerous enough, but obviously done safely. So what I like to do with electroplay is incorporate sharps. I've used blades on me because a lot of those are metal, right?
Right.
And I've had them run across, like the point of the blades run up my leg. Like I like to get scared because where I want to be clear, because a lot of people be like, oh, they traumatized. It's actually the quite opposite. Because I like to feel so safe that I can. Like, I know that for a fact, he's not going to hurt me. He is responsible enough that if he feels like he might, he will not do. Period.
Okay.
So that's one thing I love about, my man in so many ways. He's not an egotistical man. He's just pound his chest as much as he wants. But when it comes down to it, he's not too masculine to be like, yo, listen, I don't want to hurt her. I'm scared. Some of them will go forth because they feel like they have some type of image of,
Yes.
nah, he's not that guy. But it's the fact that when he doesn't, he gets my reactions and he gets this little sadistic response. And I'm like, cut it out. And he's like, you going to be a good girl? I'm like, because if you can make me tiny, you can make, ooh,
Please,
Oh,
more
yeah.
of that.
Lord.
Yeah.
Then we can check off some more things on the list. But yeah, I like the fact of feeling like something that could be typically dangerous is not dangerous because you're doing it.
So that's what was like the biggest part of it, because I do have trauma with knives. So the person who I experienced it with, it was a big deal that I felt so safe that I could allow them to do that. And it was never a concern at any point because I have like major trauma with knives. So that was a big deal. And I was surprised at how much I got into it. Where I
It
could
lets
even
you
try it with other
reprogram it
people.
a little bit. It's like you have a different relationship with it. Like you've purposely changed the relationship
Right.
with something that could be traumatic for you. Because that's how I felt like. I'm like, and then the other part of it is obviously when you're doing these things, the knives are dull. It's important to say the knives are dull usually.
And I just learned that. That was my fear in it. I was just like, y'all out here pulling out knives.
No.
But when you feel it, and obviously dealing with a professional, they walk you through all of this first. Make sure you're being walked through all of this before you're actually experiencing this. And that's how I learned that they are dull.
They're dull. If someone doesn't answer those questions for you, that's what we call a flag. And it's red in color.
Recognize
Okay?
them.
But yeah, you're right. So once I was like, I knew I like knives because even when I do wax, I like to be the wax removed with a knife.
Yep.
But then when I did it with electricity, it was like a whole another ball game. And so it's like just enough shock to be like but then just like when the relaxing and coming down. So he treats the shock. Like anytime he shocks me, I get treatment. I get rubs. I get hugs. I get this. I get that. So it's like a relaxing thing. So like that balance is important for me.
Yeah.
I don't like someone to just surge.
Yes.
I want surge, treat along the way. Like work me up.
Absolutely.
And that's what a lot of people don't get. Like, there's so many, and I got to use guys as the example that think, oh, I know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm just going to spank you. Like, dude, you can't just come out the gate just spanking people.
Like,
you can't
just out here
pull
swinging.
somebody's hair. There's a certain way.
It's the ego.
Yeah.
It's the ego.
Like, there's a certain way to do all these things so that you don't hurt your partner.
It's
you
the
know?
ego. It's the ego.
And you
'cause that's
watching
what
you watching porn and thinking, oh, this is gonna work. Dude, let's have a conversation first.
Let's talk about it.
Can we just get to
But a lot of things,
Slow down.
all of these things can be dangerous if not done in a safe environment with a person who is willing to learn. If you don't know and you're like, I don't know where to start, find a class. People teach classes.
Right.
Find a event to go to and observe it. Don't even necessarily have to do it. Just watch. Just see. Like you said, we all saw something that kind of had us go like,
wait a minute, yeah.
It starts with the curiosity spark. And once that curiosity spark, if you realize that like, damn, I can't kind of get this monster to shut up. It's like you know what I mean? At that point, it's like, I got to let the monster out the closet.
Yeah.
And then once you tap it and you realize, oh my God, this feels this way, then it's hard to go back, to be honest.
And that's what
Absolutely.
I was talking about when I was younger. I started getting into learning my body, and I had to learn about men's bodies as well. So by the time I was a freshman in high school, I knew so much that like kids my age, they were like, why do you know these things? But to me, I'm like, it's important. One day you're going to want to do this stuff. Don't you want to do it right? Don't you want your partner to do it right? So, you know, it was interesting being the person that they would go to ask these questions. It was interesting being the one to correct them when they would say certain things. I remember one of my friends in high school, she came up to me and asked, can you get pregnant while you have your period? And I was like, you're pregnant already, right? You did it. Yeah, because yes, definitely, you know, your period can come at different times. You know, if it's not regulated, there's a lot of things that can happen. And I was like, go get checked out. And 16, pregnant, it was wild.
Yeah, people don't realize a lot of things, even about the cycle and what's happening in the body. You know, you learn about it, and this sort of, when you're bleeding, here's how you take care of that. But like, what is happening in your body that's causing it to happen? That part of the lesson doesn't always come. It's kind of like when you get to a certain age, you're going to notice this happens, and when this happens, you're going to need this, and this. So you learn how to hygienically take care of yourself, but you don't necessarily get the system of like, why is this happening to my body? And you know, we get to a you know, one of a Navy and YSB community people said to me, you know, it's like that's adult puberty.
Right.
You go through this whole second phase of puberty as an adult, where you're like, all these things that you thought you knew, you realize I really didn't know even half the shit that I needed to know.
And still learning. You're always going to keep learning.
Yeah.
A lot of us are not as inquisitive. She's blessed because she's always been an inquisitive, and she's a perfectionist, and she wants to be the best at it. Where I grew into that, I'm just like, I don't need to know all of that. I need to know this. I'm out and not know this. She's finding out all the answers ahead of time or whatever.
She'll fill me in later.
I don't need to know.
Let me text her.
Did I have an orgasm? Okay. That's it's like she needs to know where it came from, how to do it, how to make them have multiple. A man can have multiple. She gotta know.
You know, that nerd is I've had that voice in me my whole life too. I've always been curious about from both sides. I'm not surprised. Sometimes when I think about where I'm at, it's not where, you know, I certainly didn't raise my hand at 5 and be like, I want to be a sexologist when I grow up. No. But I will say that my nerdy side made me approach sex differently. And so I've always just been like that about information, period. Like, you just have random questions and people are like, I wonder this. I'm the person that's like, I'm gonna find out. Like, I've always been her. So, you know, Chris calls me a blue belt at a lot of things. Like, he'll be like, you're a black belt at da-da-da, but you got all these little blue belt hidden skills where you may not have mastered, but you just got this.
It's there.
Yeah, and I'm like, I just always been that way. But sex is always, and then the more I would find out, the more I'd be like, it would just take me deeper.
Yeah.
Okay. So I definitely will say that, like, I've never been in a family that made me feel shame for certain things. The only thing that came close was oral sex. Believe it or not, because, you know, at a certain point, being a hoe, if a guy could say she sucked my, like, you could be labeled.
Yes,
right?
in the black community, that was a no-no.
Yeah.
If somebody said that about you, she was in a hole. Oh my gosh, I would
say
slit my wrist
all
like
the time.
You
I used to
horrible.
proudly. You would never catch these lips on it.
Yeah, that was the
Yes, that's the stigma.
I don't know.
That was the
that
stigma.
You would never catch these lips on a dick.
And meanwhile, you had
here I
other races.
You know?
That was their
All I
claim.
could do
Like,
was laugh.
come see us because this race we do it.
I
or
was just
whatever.
gonna say,
You had other races
Yes,
that-
and now
you
it's
know,
like, not only have you
certain
caught these
girls-
lips, some of you may have seen it live. Like, now I'm teaching the girls. Here's how you put a lip on a dick.
course.
Here's how you can have a lip on a dick if you want to.
Talk about it.
Let go and let God.
Jesus.
Let go and let God, ladies and gentlemen. when you reach that point of climax and you feel it coming upon you, just release and let go. God did not want you to be pent up. So, but people always say things when you go across the religious realm, because that's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's not good.
I grew up in a church and a mosque.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I understand because my father's Sunni Muslim, and
Yeah.
we did. This is why I have
Yeah.
a different relationship with even hair on my body and certain things, because I was raised not to have it and things like that.
It'll
Yeah.
condition certain things about you. How do you be covered? But I remember when we had like the tunic skirt season,
Yeah,
like it was an era where like having
Yeah.
the long flowy skirt,
Yeah.
it didn't matter. I realized I could be in a tunic skirt and a full shirt, and they was still going to catcall at me at 15 walking up
Absolutely.
7th Ave.
Yeah.
So I realized like I did all these things and I'm covered up. It ain't stopping nothing. When you got hips and that,
Right.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
what is hiding that?
Yeah. Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? I see what you got under that skirt right there. I could tell you got.
You just immediately
Man, I could just-
sexualized.
Yeah.
Girl. And I used to be looking at them like, you know damn well, even if you don't think I'm 15, you know I ain't 25.
Like, come on, bro.
No, I would tell grown men how old I was, and they'd be like,
They would
"Right."
not believe me.
They would tell me it's all right. It's all right. And I'm like, it's not all right. You're a creep. It's not all right for me. I don't want to talk to you.
But like, I
Yeah.
feel like at certain ages, you thought it was all right.
Yeah, because even as
It
a
was
girl,
kinda
it
like
was
a,
kind of a
you
thing to
know,
have an older dude.
walking past the barbershop and they all looking at you at 14,
It was a
15.
thing.
And
Not for me.
then you get older and you're just like, wait a minute, they were
It
like,
disgusted you always.
Always.
I
Always.
like,
and I
yeah,
used
I
to
didn't
like call
have that.
dudes out. And I remember there was this guy, I was like 15 and he was like 26 and he was coming at me hard. And he's like, I don't understand what's the problem. Like, I like you, like, you know, we can hang out. And I'm like, listen, I'm a little kid.
And the fact
You
that
don't
you're
get that that's
explaining this
not
to
okay?
a grown ass man,
Yeah,
is
and he was
crazy.
really pushing it. He tried real
Crazy.
hard. And I was like, listen, bro,
Not my
I
fast
am a
ass.
child.
Why you say not your fast ass?
And when I say fast ass, let me be clear. I was not like, and she's like I said, relationship girl.
Me either.
So
Yeah,
I
that's why
had
I
the
asked
same
you.
first love.
That's
We
why
were
I'm
together for 2
questioning you.
years.
That's why I'm
But if I was
questioning
gonna go see that boy, I was gonna go see that
Exactly.
boy.
I
was
wasn't
gonna go
boy
see that
crazy.
boy.
Mommy,
I
mommy,
wasn't by
mommy.
no
But
means,
the
but I was
man
outside. But the man that I
I
loved, like my first
was
boyfriend,
going to him.
and he was older. My mother could not stand him. I've always loved the Brooklyn boy, and this was.
We love a Brooklyn boy.
Oh my gosh, I was in love. I was cutting school, coming over here to Sarah J, going to high school, doing all of the stuff that I
I
had
was cutting school at
no
times,
business
too.
doing.
I was
And he was older than me. I might have been,
And I was
14.
smart, so all my shit was done. You know,
Done, baby.
done.
Preach.
We wasn't missing no grades.
No
but
grades.
I was going to see that
I
boy.
was going to see that
I was
boy.
going
And
to see
him
that
being
boy.
older, because I was 14, 15, and he was maybe 5 years older than me.
Yes.
And
My
she knew,
God.
but not to him. I lied about my age. I'm not even going to front.
Yeah,
Like,
we
I
all
was
did.
like, I'm
Age, sex,
such and such.
location,
I
and
was
AOL
lying.
chat.
I was lying. I was big time lying.
18, female,
I was
NYC.
Oh my God, what a time, y'all.
I lie, you tell. So that's
I
what I
don't tell
did.
it.
So I knew I was outside with that. So me being in the relationship, I'm gonna go and see him. But mom, I love him. You don't understand.
I wasn't
so,
pulling that
and
line.
he was
Girl,
baby,
we went through the same
baby.
thing.
I wasn't pulling
so
that
him
line.
being
He used to come out the
older-
window. We used to Romeo and Juliet
Oh
that
my
shit
gosh!
too.
Y'all are
I'm
doing
coming
a
back.
whole sign.
Wait, I just gotta
It's the
find. Give
water
me 2
sign.
seconds.
It's the
I
water sign.
sneak out the house.
Sneak out the house.
Baby, I'm coming to see that boy.
My mother was like, I'm changing the locks. You not coming in here. Why you running around with that boy? The fast hair stuff. But the thing is, and we stayed together for like 8 years. Like we were
long
together for a
time.
long time. But when you have that, we don't consider it as being fast or being when I'm
that's
in love
my
with you.
boyfriend.
I'm in
Yeah.
love. I'm going to see him. So he was
Yes.
older, and in hindsight, I knew I shouldn't have been with him. When I look at the age difference now, if I were to look at my nieces, I'd be like, he is way too
way
old.
too old for
right,
you.
What do you?
Absolutely.
I mean, he also was immature. Truth be told, no offense, engineer, no offense. Women do mature, in my opinion, faster than men. So me being 14 and him being 19 or whatever it was,
You
whatever,
had no business
he
being
was
with that man.
okay, but he acted like he was 16. Like, I'm gonna be real with you.
He was
Immature
immaturity.
wise, his
He was the same age as you.
Yeah.
If not
not younger. I was
we
grown,
were very
grown.
young, and that was my thing. It wasn't even a desire about them being older. It was the fact that I didn't connect with guys my age.
Thank you.
So I didn't have an attraction to the guys who were peer age with me. Like I said, I was doing all the responsible things very early.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm cooking
Me too.
dinner
So you
at
were looking
10.
for a man.
I had my first business when I was 10. I used to sell little glow lights, you know, what you can put in your mouth and all
Oh,
that.
yes.
Baby, you be outside. I packed bags in the supermarket. I used to do deliveries. Okay. Like when I tell you we was always going to be grinding.
Yep.
So
gosh.
I also had my own money. I was
Yeah.
14. As soon as I got my working papers, I had a job. After school, I had a job. So
Yeah,
I
me
could buy my
too.
own clothes. So at that point, I think I felt so independent. Now, I will say this is a caveat. Like, and I'm not saying this in any way negative to my mom, but my mom, I had bipolar. And when I got to like age 16 and my grandfather passed away, she, like, his death really rocked her. And she ended up in substance because she went into a depression, right? Manic depression. And next thing you know, the next one thing leads to the next. So by that point, I was the mother.
Yep.
And my thing is,
Felt that.
if I was going to be a teenager
Then
raising
I'm
kids,
grown.
Right.
we doing what we want to do. I had
Exactly.
That was my Grey Goose era. Y'all know what I'm talking. I was already sipping Grey Goose at 16.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, me too. I was
and I wasn't, because you couldn't buy me no cheap liquor. Okay,
Grown,
back
grown,
then it
grown
was like
over
a
here.
standard on the liquor, but it was like, yeah, what you drink, Grey Goose. Now I'm like, I can't stand vodka.
I don't know why I thought I was going. I used to order a Tom Collins. A Tom Collins.
Yeah, you
Thought I
over
was
here
doing
you are
something.
ordering.
A Tom Collins. Lying about my age, but everybody thought I was older.
Everybody always
I had
did.
stole working papers that said I was older than I was,
Yeah.
so
Girl,
I
I had
could work
IDs,
full
so work ID.
time. Oh yeah.
One of my
Movies
job
outside.
descriptions was making the IDs.
Oh,
So I could
nice.
make a job ID to say anything. I was at the Copacabana. I was.
It's a good thing we didn't know each other. 'cause
Yeah,
it
y'all
was-
would've
People didn't call me.
They-
I was 17 in the liquor
And you didn't
store
get called?
buying
They never
it.
called me
That's
either.
it.
You're right. They
No.
never called me.
I don't
was
think I
buying
ever
bottles
went
of
through that
Hennessy at
except for when I was
17,
going to
running
like
with
a
her.
bar or like
Yeah.
those kind of places. I needed to have an ID for like
They
the
never
you know the
carded me then,
18.
too.
But still, and it's I was gonna say because if you looked a
Right,
certain
they
way,
never- yeah.
and you know the body,
And my titties was always outside. I
guys
always
at the
had boobs.
door, they flirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you young, you fresh, you tender. You could get. I'm telling you, I don't recall. I get carded more as a grown woman.
Yes.
Than I
Then
did.
that's absolutely.
back
I
then.
agree.
Yeah.
I was
Same.
pussy. I wasn't trying. I was scared. I'm not like
And I always did.
I would be like I look 5 years old. They not letting me. No.
Girl, and I had all the right niggas. I had all the right guys. Because I was in high school. My boy had a Chrysler 300. He was dropping me off at school. I
Lord
was
have mercy. Protect the
Me
children,
too.
y'all.
Yeah.
Protect
you
the
have. We're
Yeah.
having this conversation openly.
Protect the children.
But this is real, and it still occurs.
Yes.
If anything, probably
Absolutely.
worse because they're now. The difference, and it's like I don't think I was fast. My biggest thing was going out and seeing my boyfriend. But the younger ones now, they're fast.
Oh
it's
my
not like by
gosh.
10, it's
Yeah.
not, and they have access to information that I couldn't get access to it as easily as they can. Like, I still needed to hear the
had to wait a few minutes to get
when
on.
I got on the internet.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even get online and sneak online without the damn
Yeah.
connection snitching me out mad loud.
Right.
Like,
and they're also doing the other things, the eyelashes and this and that and that. They have
Yeah.
I was
access to
looking at
things
some
that
of
we
these
didn't
people,
have.
and I'm just like, there's no way you're 13.
Yeah, because they look
There's
40.
no way you're 13.
Yeah.
I agree.
but if I think about it, I had a full set of pedicure about 15. Like,
Yeah, but it was different.
it was still
Full set,
different.
but I was going to get pedicures.
Oh,
and stuff.
1000%.
Yeah.
I feel like makeup for me was just like a little line. I remember we used to put the little mole.
Girl, it would end up
I one
everywhere.
hair here, one hair
did my
here. These
little
is my
eyeliner.
You
I
was
did
feeling
have
fun.
the
You had
eyeliner.
multiple.
I used to
Lord.
burn the eyeliner to melt it and put it on my eye.
Such
All kinds of
Girl,
shenanigans.
it's
Yeah,
so crazy when
Oh,
you
to
think
be a
about
girl.
it. Yes, to be a girl. And it's just like, these are the things that kind of like really determine what you end up later on. And then you reflect back and
It's
you
really a
realize like,
foundation.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I had me some getting money. I'm from Harlem, okay? Some of them was from Money Making Manhattan, Ave,
we
So,
busting moves.
all right. Let's get into the gadgets because while we talking about this exploration, I'm really curious about where y'all interesting spots are.
Okay, pleasure seekers, that is our part 1. I want you to come back here on Monday because we're going to get you nice and ready for that love day that you might have planned ahead. Whether you're spending love day with yourself or with a special someone or someone's, because over here we don't judge, baby, we don't judge. We got all the things that you need to spice up the night. And if you got a little vacation planned or a little got you covered too, baby. Make sure you tap back in. This is your girl Cash, and I'm signing out here on the Business of Pleasure podcast by Bedroom Candy.